saya sih ini bakal mengarah ke sesuatu yang besar, Pak.
Cara pandang gue soal hidup berbeda.
Menghilangnya orang-orang yang tidak terlihat. Tentang kasus para gelandangan yang hilang.
Feeling saya sih ini bakal mengarah ke sesuatu yang besar, Pak.
Yang hilang gak cuma mereka.
Akses CCTV hanya untuk lingkungan dalam.
Ini masalah orang hilang loh, Pak.
as we look at the two teams in the tunnel, and they know the task at hand. We had some breaking news just before we came on air, and that was 4 Indonesian players, unfortunately, have been excluded from this match because they broke COVID protocols. We'll talk about that a little bit later on, but that would be huge disappointing to the Indonesian camp, given the task at hand. Well, the rest of these players know they have to give it their absolute best and most to try somehow to stop this Thai team that has really captured the imagination. So good going forward, sturdy and steadfast at the back, and encapsulated by no one less than their captain, Chanatip Songkrasin, who is surely the leading contender for MVP. But don't take my word for it, let's hear from the experts. Rich Roshan Rai, next to me here, who's been certainly licking his lips at the tantalizing affair that we've had. Roshan, it's been a fantastic tournament overall, but here we are now, the second leg. How do you think?
So controlled, so dominant, and it's rare in major finals to be in such a position, right? To have 4 goals on their first leg. I don't think I've ever seen it anywhere in a final of a major competition. So if Indonesia were to somehow, I know the probabilities are very low, but if they were to somehow claw themselves back into this tie,
Only one team has ever won the AFF Suzuki Cup, having lost the first leg, and that was Thailand against Indonesia, by the way, ironically, and that was in 2016. Can history repeat itself? We'll have to wait and see in a short while when the match gets underway. Thailand's, they are up for it today, but they've got their work cut out for them. When you look at the lineups, Thailand make 5 changes from the side that won that first leg. Manu Porking has restored many of what some would consider his first 11, or close enough as it were. Tiratan Bumatan returns from suspension. He is at left back. Paui will come into centre back after the injury to... Itiwat, who's been fairly regular as well, hasn't he? Tristan Doe and Wirata, as I mentioned earlier. Elias Dola had that injury and came off in the first leg. Lots and lots of options though for Thailand, that's for sure. The 2 skippers here, Chanatap we mentioned earlier on his, and to the right, Asnawi, who has been promised a house if he can win this, along with Irfan Jai. They both come from the same part of Indonesia. Their governor has he would like to do that if they can perform something pretty outstanding this evening. And they'll have to do it with these players here. 3 changes made by Shin Tae-yong. There was lots of speculation as to whether Egi Maulana would start today. The answer is yes. Pratama returns from suspension, and the very pacey forward Ramai Rumakek also gets a starting place today. Looking at their formation, they are going with the 4-2-3-1. Ramai Rumakek, as you said, Ramai Rumakek is still the preferred forward. And as we mentioned, the rather bizarre news that 4 players broke protocols and have not been included today. Rizky Ramadani was one of them, Elkan Baggett another. In fact, there were 2 Rizkys involved as well, and Victor Igbonefo was the 4th player. Edo Febriansha is on the bench, along with Irfan Jaya, who will be quite the impact player, I'm sure, if he's called upon. There are the 2 coaches. It's been relatively well-intentioned, the press conferences between the 2 in the run-up to this final. And a moment of remembrance now for family, friends and colleagues, every person who has passed on due to COVID-19. We must remember, of course, in the backdrop of COVID-19, this tournament was postponed twice, but in the grander scheme of things, of course, there is still important to remember we're in the middle of a global pandemic. Faisal Al-Ali, the man in charge here from Jordan. Rish Roshan Rai, your thoughts on that lineup, on those lineups?
I'm enjoying this countdown actually. 3, 2, 1 before kickoff on this second leg. Yeah, looking at those lineups, I think with Indonesia here, it looks like a pretty attacking lineup, which you'd expect being 4 goals down. Obviously looking to try and start with a very quick tempo early on. It almost will be a 4-1-4-1, I think, at times, with Ricky Kambuaya and Witan Sulaiman allowed to get forward in support of Dedik Setiawan, especially when Indonesia are in possession of the ball. Egi Maulana, Ramai Rumakek, Egi Maulana playing on that right-hand side. Now will be allowed to drift in onto his left foot. Ramai Rumakek, same, playing as those inverted wingers in those wider positions for this Indonesian team. For Thailand, I mean, it's still an incredibly strong lineup. We've seen the strength of their squad throughout this competition. When you look at Chanatip in there, Tirasin, Bodin, 3 players who I thought were brilliant in the first leg, and Supachok, who was the man of the match, deservedly so.
Brilliant, yeah. Someone who, if not for Chanatip's goals, might well be considering himself a contender for MVP. Remember, they need to score 4 goals minimum, 4 unanswered goals for Indonesians to stand any chance of seeing this through and potentially grabbing their first ever AFF Suzuki Cup There's Tiraton brought back into the side after his suspension was complete. That is a delightful ball into the path of Borden, who goes down, looks across at the referee. Nothing doing. The danger isn't over. A little cheeky touch on from Borden. Trying to tip, can't get there. Narubadin puts a cross in. It'll be a corner. Feels like it's the first leg again.
Yeah, you know, one of the great things about this Thai team is how they've started off matches, and here, a bit of contact there behind. Asnawi is on the wrong side of Borden. He's bearing down on goal. I don't think there's enough to give a penalty there.
Here's Tiraton on the right-hand side. Oh, he was getting involved. And now the counter. This is where Indonesia can be dangerous. Egy Maulana, goal here, would light the stadium up. Witan Sulaiman. Back to Egy. Best of passes for Rahmat, but it's still with Indonesia. Asnawi. They know if they want to stand a chance, an early goal would really help their cause. There's that fine balance, isn't it, Roshan, of trying to go forward and force the issue, but not leaving yourself too exposed, because you know how dangerous the Thais are.
Well, that's right, and sort of still trying to find that balance in the team, in the situation that they find themselves in. You see that issue there. They haven't been comfortable in possession when they've been pressed by Thailand. We saw that in the first leg where Indonesia were giving the ball away very easily, unaccustomed to the pace that Thailand want to play the game at.
Two not so great passes from Rahmat Irianto, and much has been made of the fact that his father was also an Indonesian international and played in the AFF Suzuki Cup final. That was back in 2002. And that was also against Thailand, by the way. And that's one of the more painful losses for Indonesia. They had to go to penalties in that one. His father missed a penalty in the shootout. And he got one better today. At the moment, it looks a very difficult task for Rahmat and co. Ball given away to Narubadin. Super chop. Brought down, he looks at the referee, arms stretched out, he's not interested. Pratama, so good to have him back inside on left hand. They looked a little bit vulnerable, didn't they? Particularly in the first 15 minutes on that Indonesian left-hand side, the Thai right.
That's right, they did, and it wasn't just on the defensive front, you know, going forward he offers a lot, and they didn't really have that outlet on the left-hand side in the first leg. They tried to change it up in the second. Alfiandra going to play out at left back. And while Alfiandra has been one of the outstanding Indonesian players for me, I don't think he was very effective in that position. A bit unfair on him. Yeah. Obviously, he's going to try and do his best for the team, but it wasn't very effective.
That's great work there from Asnawi. Get past Borden. Here's Witan Sulaiman.
That's another player, Witan Sulaiman, who just got crowded out in that first leg and didn't have any impact at all because Thailand was so determined to get players around him as quickly as they possibly could. And again, just there are 3 Thai players around him. On this occasion, he kept the ball really well with Tan. We spoke about development earlier and how these young Indonesian players playing in a big final for perhaps the first time at international level in these sort of conditions against a very experienced Thai team.
That's a good throw in, isn't it? Into the pot, I think that's in Sulaiman. Looks out of the strong, it is going to be a corner.
Again, that added tactical value that Pratama Arhan brings to this Indonesian side with those long throws. Contact here.
Now there's more contact here, isn't there?
It's
the other one.
It's come off. It looks like it's come off Witan, so I don't understand how that's a corner. And it looks like he was actually bumped in from behind by Kritsada.
Not enough for a penalty, though, right?
I don't think so, but I don't think it's It's a corner as well.
Either,
It's
yeah.
come off Witan last. Anyway,
Howie with the header. Here is Chanatip. Clearance by Narubadin. Trying to keep up this pressure. Here's Ramai, who's got the pace. Ramai. Lovely turn from Witan Sulaiman. Ricky Kambuaya, it's slipped in! Indonesia has got their goal with a large slice of luck. Ricky Kambuaya has struck early here. And has that given them just a little bit of
oh, that will give them a lot of hope. Still a long way to go, but what a start for Indonesia. Love the work from Rumah Kek down this left-hand side, keeps his composure, and wonderful what Witan Sulaiman does there. He hangs onto the ball under pressure. We didn't see enough of that from him in the first leg. Taking on the responsibility, holding on to it, and then Kambuaya, all he can do really is try and drive that through the sea of legs and test the goalkeeper, keep it on target, and he tested Siwara, who on this occasion wasn't up to this challenge. It's a bad mistake from an experienced goalkeeper, but Indonesia won't care. Look at the defenders it's gone through. That's poor goalkeeping, doesn't get behind the ball at all, just takes his eye. Perhaps careless from Siwara.
only the second goal that Thailand have conceded in this tournament. Ball is given away. Is then blocked for a corner.
Again, he had to be strong with that. He kept the shot out.
Well, this is end-to-end stuff early on. A perfect start for Indonesia, Roshan. This is what not only the Indonesians, but the neutrals watching this would want to see.
This is great. This is great for the final. I know it's not great for Thai fans out there, but the atmosphere around the stadium has been brilliant, even before kickoff.
Absolutely.
And from the Indonesian fans as well, a credit to them. They were loud, they were lively.
Tanawat, surely brought down. Rahmat went in hard. Everyone's blood is pumped up at the moment, isn't it?
Lovely work from Tanawat. It is a foul. He gets a second challenge in as well.
Follow-up could have been
From Didik.
oh. Again, pretty much dead centre. You know, there's one player certainly going to fancy his chances, and he's right on the ball.
Remember the first leg when there were a couple of really good positions for Thailand for the
magic wand of a left foot for Tiraton. They will have been watching, I'm sure, his videos, Roshan, in anticipation of what he wants to do, what he does with his free kicks. Let's see. Wall does its job, and listen to that. That's getting applauded by the crowd, big time. Chanatip. Well defended by Alfreanda. And there you go, he's just gesturing to his players, calm it down. Polking, how's he feeling about things at the moment? He's wearing his lucky clothes at the moment.
Well, for Indonesia, it's about goal, use the momentum. For Thailand, again, that experience needs to come in. Lots of experienced heads need to keep their composure, try and slow it down where they can. If in situations, in these set pieces, they can kill it off, go and do it, sure.
They'll get another corner. Tirison appealed immediately. Well, this is the best possible way you can respond, short of scoring an actual equaliser.
Yeah, pressure's on. Thailand, good response from them. Again, it's making a nuisance of himself. Might just have taken a touch, perhaps.
Well, there'll be another almighty roar from the Indonesians if they defend this one well, get it away. By the way, just to let you know that we've got Witan Sulaiman and Ramai right on the halfway line. Anything should come their way. Loose ball. Oh, that was beautiful, wasn't it, from Superchop, and it grazes the crossbar. The outside of his boot.
Clever from Superchop. Comes into him quickly, and he can't really sort of readjust his body in those positions. You need to take these attempts quickly. He's still got the time to take a first touch. He's just trying to curl it into the top corner with the outside of his boot. Unfortunately for Indonesia, it's come off the crossbar.
He's certainly someone, Roshan, that you have pinpointed as you'd love to see him venture out of Thailand, perhaps into the likes of Japanese or Korean leagues, maybe further afield.
Yeah, and I think, you know, he's one of those who's ready to move on, Superchop. We've seen evidence of that, I think, over the last couple of years, and certainly in this competition. And that really is the key for Southeast Asian players, and it's something that observers of Southeast Asian football, it's not something groundbreaking to say that Southeast Asian players need to go out and get out of their comfort zone and take that next step and try to play in a higher quality league. The ones that obviously have reached a certain level in the region are those players that I'm talking about.
Oh, the ball's been won back beautifully. Look, it's Ricky Kambuaya trying to slalom his way through. Kind of went down, didn't he, in front of Tiraton.
Strong challenges coming in from both sides. Ricky Kambuaya has got. I think that's a foul. There should have been a free kick to Indonesia.
Shin Tae-yong said, "We will win this second leg." Didn't say by how many goals, or whether it would be enough to take them through to lifting the trophy. But he's given them this self-belief. He's maintained, even right after the defeat, and it was a disappointing game for Indonesia. But remember, they had two very, very good chances in that first leg. Here is Witan Sulaiman. Right on his own, he's got two players right on him. Now Tiraton.
You can sense that nervousness has gone out of this Indonesian team. They were so nervous in the first leg. They couldn't keep the ball under pressure, but suddenly they've got confidence now because they're in a situation where they can't really lose. If 4 goals down,
they have
there's no pressure.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be the way. As they grow, as they develop, they should learn to play under that pressure.
Just got to keep their heads. There's some flying in here. Back with Indonesia. Well, it's full-blooded so far. You couldn't ask for a better start to this match.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, Kambuaya is really trying to single-handedly carry Indonesia forward. And he's, for me, been one of the best players in this Indonesian side as well. And I'll talk about Witan, Nadeo, Pratama Arhan, Alfeandra. I'm now realizing I pretty much said the whole Indonesian team is the best.
Well, I think you pinpointed him in the first leg as the one who stood out for you, and you were surprised, even I dare say disappointed when he got yanked off, didn't you? Felt that he could have stayed on the pitch.
I was surprised that they took him off. Maybe there was a thinking that, you know,
for the second leg
we were trying to keep him fresh for the second leg. But look at how they're closing and pressing and harrying here. Indonesia. They're hungry for this. They believe now that they can get something out of this match. And for all those in jest, I'm sure, in jest.
There was a lot of that going on. Now, Arhan special. Isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So they're going to take as much time as they possibly can on these restarts. And you just saw evidence of that. The ball went on play. None of the Thai players really went off the pitch to take it. Mano took his time, walked to the ball, kicked it onto the pitch. But that's the key. That's being professional in these situations.
Turuton's pass up top to Borden has gone out of play. Catch a breath if you can. This is one of the few quieter moments in this match so far. 17 minutes have flown by in this AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 final, the second leg. Indonesia have scored a goal through Ricky Kambuaya. They need 3 more unanswered goals just to force this final to go into extra time, but the early goal is precisely what they would have wanted. Only 2 goals that Thailand have scored, that Thailand have conceded so far, have come off errors at the back. One against the Philippines, Manuel Beer's header was not good enough, slotted in by Reichelt. And here today, Siwadak. Some handling, poor handling in the shot. Chanatip has gone down, his boots off. He was in the press today, Roshan, talking about how players like him should be venturing out.
And he's absolutely right. Again, as his boot comes off there, you've seen his game step up to a different level, and you understand why, what he's learned from his time in J1, how he's developed as a player over there on and off the pitch. Again, as I said, it's not really groundbreaking, I think, to say Southeast Asian players. The ones who have outgrown the region need to then take that next step.
What I thought was interesting in his comments was he's calling it a comfort zone. And
maybe perhaps for some players they are in that comfort zone, but I don't think it's exclusively a Southeast Asian problem. I think it happens in various parts of the world. I think in West Asia you see it as well, where players not wanting to take that step into Europe, comfort zone, and you see it with English players as well.
Yeah, happy to stay in England.
Happy to stay in England.
And decent domestic salary, and secondly is the language, which is always an obstacle, isn't it, as we see another foul on Chanatip. Shot, very good, and nicely done by Nadia. I think it just got everyone by surprise.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, with a bit of time and space. Everyone was still reorganizing themselves defensively. Gets the ball in space there. Nadeo, thankfully for Indonesia, was alert to the entire situation.
That's the kind of thing that would really upset Shin Tae-yong, wouldn't it? Got to be alert. Don't want to be giving away a goal in those sort of circumstances. Turuton. He's just opted to punch him. Perhaps he could have caught, but here comes. They've opted to keep those two on that halfway line, haven't they? Witan and Ramai, just on the off chance.
Over to Asnawi, who's going to play in Korea in K2. I know it's easy to say everyone should be going overseas, they should all be testing themselves at a higher level, where's the ambition, this, that and the other. You also have to remember that we don't know what these players' personal stories are, how many people they're taking care of back home, and if they're making a good salary there, then you have to weigh that comes into it as well. Remember that players, you know, they have people to take care of, they've got families. As you see Super Chok, they're getting taken out.
Also, Roshan, you know, there's a lot of money they make outside through endorsements and all that kind of thing. See that challenge again from Alfiandra. So being in that particular country helps part of that, doesn't it?
Yeah, and so I think that there's a lot that comes into it. Of course, from a sporting perspective, you want to see them step up and challenge themselves and go to the next level. But sometimes it isn't as easy as just that. It's never just one thing.
And for every Chanatip who has succeeded, and same with his teammate Tiraton, they both succeeded at foreign level. A number of them haven't, as the ball comes in to the penalty area. Kambuaya tries to lead the counter-attack. Romaikak is taken out there. But before that, the referee is pointing to an earlier offence in the build-up.
Well, the first ball that came in from the first free kick, Bodin Pala was making that run into the box, and you just wonder again if that Indonesian defence had just fallen asleep for a second, because he was in acres of space. If he'd gotten the right touch, he was able to turn and face goal, and Indonesia could have been in trouble. But again, on the counter-attack, you see the threat that they pose, especially with Rumakek and the pace and directness of his running, causing a few issues for Pawi. He's able to skip past that challenge, and then a leg out from Pawi, taking him down.
They're not enjoying the pace coming at them at the moment, Roshan, the Thais. Perhaps we didn't see enough of that from the Indonesians in that first leg, only in little flashes where they did cause a few problems, not many.
Yeah, but I said it earlier, they're looking a lot more confident. So again, you think about the story around the game. 4 goals down, second leg of the final, give it everything we've got. It's our last game here, we've got nothing to lose.
Absolutely.
Nobody really expects us to catch up to Thailand in terms of the aggregate scores. And maybe the trophy being out there has given them a bit of inspiration as well.
Thailand would have felt they have one hand on that already. They certainly don't want to be losing Ramai, who's going to get on that stretcher, and Indonesian fans will be hoping he'll leap off it very quickly. Shin Tae-yong right, well, actually outside of his technical area at the moment. We're having words with Alfredo Dewanga. But these guys right now, just that belief, I think that's more important than anything else right now, the belief that's coursing through the veins of Indonesian fans. Remember, they have had 2 occasions here at the National Stadium in this tournament where they've managed to score 4 goals. 4 against Malaysia, 4 against Singapore. Very different circumstances, of course. And they've got 3 to go. Asnawi, he's done well. Taken away a little too easy by Didik. Ramai is ready to come back on, but at the moment the ball's with Super Chok. Looking for Bodin. He's forced his way into the area. Rather Tirasin.
Well, a really difficult ball for him to do anything with, Tirasin. How far away he was from goal there. Just knew that he needed to put in a challenge on Fakhruddin. Another one who I was surprised to see taken off at half-time in that first leg, to be replaced by Baggett, who I don't really think has been that impressive. Malcolm Baggett.
Your thoughts on players breaking protocols and now not being available for the final?
I think that's a disgraceful mistake to make. And it almost, you know, it's a lack of respect for your teammates and for the squad as a whole. When everyone's together in camp, everyone is living in that bubble, everyone's working towards that common goal. For you to say, you know what, I want to go out and have a bit of fun. It's it's disgraceful for me, and you know, I
Even
think
more
if-
so in a pandemic.
Yeah, and you're putting yourselves at risk. You're putting other people at risk. See Eggy going down, and I think, you know, when you look at that, you say, yeah, young players, they make mistakes. Okay, maybe. But Victor Igbonefo, what's he, like 36 years old?
Yeah, that's right. Captain of their side. Rahmat goes in solidly, wins the ball back. Lovely pass from Witan Sulaiman to Egy Maulana. As Indonesia come forward, slip through. Beautiful interplay between Egy and Witan. Thailand just about get that away.
They're looking for a handball, but I think it's come off the chest of Saraj. But they're a little bit all over the place at the moment, Thailand defensively.
Wonderful to see Witan Sulaiman and Egy Maulana there. Exchange of passes have caused a few problems. The good news is Ramai is up and running. Looking pretty good. Flag just goes up on Superchok, who spent a lot of time looking across at the assistant there.
Pearson giving it back into Chanatip. He's looking right across the line there, Superchok. Really should be getting himself back into an onside position. Again, gaining a bit more territory here, pushing up the pitch. Indonesia with a longer pass forward.
Now that Pratama Arhan throw. Let's see if they can get something out of this. Low and flat is normally the key here. And that's exactly what we've got. There will be a corner. It looked like it was Paui who got the final touch. It has been an interesting weapon of choice. Surak will be absolutely desperate to make amends after that early mistake. Off the near post, off the man on the near post there, just trying to get a touch on. Witan. Fernando Devanga gives it away. No foul on Chanatip. Here's Asnawi. Pratama Arhan. Tirisin dropping deep here as well. Ricky Kambuaya. Now Egy Maulana. Indonesia trying to sustain this pressure. Superchok on his own. One back by Asnawi. Felt he was fouled by Superchok.
He just stopped playing for a second, Asnawi.
Without any whistle going.
Without any whistle going, wanting the referee to blow a whistle there. We're still looking to play the advantage, but Indonesia first to every second ball at the moment.
Well, he wanted a quick ball in. Dedik Setiawan. Delivery wasn't bad, was it?
He was able to actually find the head of Dedik Setiawan. A little bit too high for him, though.
Yeah, again, lots of speculation about who would lead the line. Pretty even at the moment in terms of possession. Shots. Thailand at the moment in front on that one. But yeah, Shin Tae-yong was asked, why have you not used Egy Maulana more? Remember, he started, as we see, Rodan Pala. Still board in. Tanawat. Yeah, Sun Tae-yong was saying that he had to just manage his players and their workloads, and that's why they want to put too much on Egi. And now people are calling for Ezra Walian. Before they were wondering why he started. It's never an easy job being a coach. It's satisfying all those fans.
It's almost as if everyone else knows better than you.
Here's Pratama Arhan.
And that's why when you're in the hot seat, you know, you might as well make decisions that you want to make. At least if you lose your job, you can say, hey,
my way, hey?
It's my way.
Yeah, absolutely. Given away there. Waipawi. Slight nerves there in the Thai defence this evening. Helped, of course, by that early goal for Indonesia. King himself had said he didn't think that this was done. He said he even cited some Champions League, UEFA Champions League comebacks, which I'm sure big football fans have all had at the back of their mind.
I'm gonna touch on that. Let's just see what happens here with this long throw, as the referee has a word with Egi and Bodin. He's been saying to these players every time there's a set piece situation in the box, no hands, no hands. I'm watching, and then he says thank you. Very polite referee.
Pratama. Oh, that was an important touch there. Witan Sulaiman got a leg on it, but Bodenfala was in the way. He's gone in hard. He might get a booking here. Will indeed.
He's done really well. Kambuaya. Wonderful job that Kambuaya has done here. To touch it, zipped into him, sees that challenge coming. Touches the ball away, gets his body across. Boom, takes the contact. Well done.
Got a block earlier on, Bodenfala off Witan Sulaiman. Again, that throw.
Yeah, again that throw. Launched in, missed the first defender with the header. All sorts of issues in the box. Siwarak looking to organise that wall after that nervy start. His mistake leading to the opener for Indonesia. Alfeandra. He's got wonderful technique.
We've seen a spectacular free kick here against Indonesia. Can they now dish out one of their own? Alfeandra standing over the ball. A chance here to make it 2 for Indonesia. 10 minutes or so before half-time. Chanatip is going to be the one. Reminds me of his namesake Messi J having to do that a few weeks ago. Ball does enough. It's out for a corner.
Yeah, good job done by the wall. Facing down that free kick, and we see multi-millionaire footballers around the world turning their backs, turning away from free kicks when they're part of a wall, which really gets to me. And so far we've seen from these two sides, players in the wall unafraid to take the hits, do their job.
A lot of players have put their bodies on the line, haven't they, in this competition? It's been great to see. Away by Sarac. Will they go for a Pratama special here? Looks like they will.
He's got a bit more for a run-up area on this side of the pitch than he has on the other one.
Yeah, it's harder, isn't it? But drop by Sirac. They couldn't profit from this one. The handling of the goalkeeper, Indonesia, and the miskick from Rahmat Irianto.
Spilled it. Again, Siwarak under pressure.
that might be playing on his mind, Roshan?
Looking shaky. There's one of his own players, Kritsada, just in front of him. But still, he's not able to claim. Fortunately for him, Tirasin was able to hack that one away.
Right now, Indonesia don't want this half to end. There's 9 minutes or so left. The momentum, it would appear, is with them. Still, it's all fun and games. Lots of people dressed up for the occasion. Here's Asnawi. Still going strong, Asnawi. It's a great run from him. Cross, not good enough. Tiraton. Back with Indonesia. Touch on by Witan Sulaiman. They've won the ball back here. Ricky Kambuaya. Bit of work to do here. Setia one. Pratama. It's incredible. It's just coming back to Indonesia, isn't it? Putting the pressure on Thailand.
It's the opposite of the first leg. It was Thailand in the first leg who were winning all the second balls, looking to press immediately after losing it. Here it's Indonesia picking up the 50-50s, picking up those second balls, hungrier for it at the moment.
Narabadin has done really well there.
Well defended. Have to be strong. Put his body across and run out for a goal kick to Thailand.
We saw a little bit of this, didn't we, Roshan, in the first half of the semi-final second leg against Vietnam, where they came at Thailand. But they kind of held firm. They were never really panicking. This was the goal.
Yeah, it's good work. Again, from Indonesia, down the left-hand side, it was Rumakiak, then Witan Sulaiman, keeping his composure, poking it into Kambuaya, who really just had to do his best to try and get it on target, keep it low, test the goalkeeper, and that's exactly what he did. Oh, it's an important interception from Kritsada. And he's under pressure.
Hard. Look at that. Forward and swarming. Witan Sulaiman. Oh, he can't tweak that in. Asking in vain for the corner, but look at that early in that phase.
All over Kritsada there. I mean, the first interception from Kritsada was very good, and he just gets crowded out. Paui, to his credit, I thought he's going to just get left behind, but he gets himself back goal side. And he's patient. He doesn't put in a silly challenge, doesn't put in a rash challenge. Good composure. Let's Witan just run it out of play.
Rather, Super Chop won't get there. Back with Thailand. Put out of play by Tirasin. Frustration for the Thais. Didik. Kambuaya. Again, quick throw. They're looking to release Witan Sulaiman as fast as they can.
Good pace as well with Witan. Always looking to try and get in behind it. Thai defence, the earliest opportunity, but Thailand here on an attack of their own.
Here's Tiraton, as about as far up the pitch we've seen him in a while. Tirasin.
Yeah, good defending from Alfiandra. Brave defending. Did his job well. Tirasin looked to be favourite for it initially, but Alfiandra got there. Lifting it, Tiraton. For the head of Tirasin. Well defended. Good position taken up by Alfiandra. You know, in the first leg, it just looked like nothing was going Indonesia's way in possession with the ball. Second leg here, it's Thailand looking flustered, looking nervous. And that's a credit to Indonesia.
Can they keep this going in the second half? And they need goals, of course. Alfiandra waiting to come on. And he is now back on the pitch. Full complement for Indonesia. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Siwadak. 4 minutes or so left in this first half. Here's Sarac. Up towards Supachok. Alfiandra did enough.
Just making the run in between Alfiandra and Arhan. Again, Alfiandra has done a good job defensively.
Roshan, you wanted to bring something up about the Champions League. I'm just harking back from about 10 minutes ago.
Yes. Thanks for bringing that up. I just wonder what they've been watching Indonesia in the lead up to this game. You know, what sort of motivational films or matches they've been looking at. Maybe Liverpool's famous comeback against Barcelona in the Champions League. Maybe they were watching
Tottenham against Ajax Amsterdam. Another one.
Oh, sure, yeah. I was going to actually go for Mali, Angola in the 2010 Africa Cup of Nations. Angola went into a 4-0 lead, and then Mali. You see the ball coming in for Witan.
As well there, Surak. Nice and aware.
And Mali getting it back to 4-all in the space of like 11 minutes or something to that effect.
I remember Newcastle, Arsenal one year,
yep.
where they were 4-0 as well.
None of those comebacks have been in I don't think in a final.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's happened in football.
Right. So you know that phrase, we've seen this happen, stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
Well, they have.
I mean, you think about probabilities, and obviously probability is very low.
No, of course.
But there's still a chance, no matter how slim that chance is.
Now, if the
there
equation
never was, sorry, Shed, if there never was, then don't bother showing up.
Correct.
Right?
And that's why Shin Tae-yong has only maintained just positive note. That's all he can do. He's got to say, we can win this.
Yeah,
we can win this.
Obviously don't expect him to come on and say, no, it's all over.
Yeah.
Let's pack it in. Let's go home now.
But what I mean is he's been very emphatic.
Yeah.
We will win this, in fact. Sorry, he doesn't say we can win this. We will win this. And right now, the way the team is playing, there is strong belief in what their coach has espoused.
It starts from the coach, right? If he's sending those messages publicly, it starts from him. He's coming out in these press conferences saying, we will win this. And that filters through to the players that believe, you know. And again, what they've been doing in the build-up to this one, important to maintain that belief that, okay, we're 4-0 down. But as I said, this is second leg, 90 minutes. You don't get to play in a final very often in your career.
Yeah. Listen, if there had been maybe 2 goals lead in the second half, that is still doable. 3 at the moment is what's required by Indonesia. Thailand have started to see a little bit more of the ball in the last couple of minutes. Here's Narubadin. Now Sarac. Look where Tiraton is. No foul on him, referee. He's not interested. He's telling Tiraton to get out.
He's made a clever run here, Tiraton, if they can find him with a throw. Unfortunately for Thailand, they don't have the long throw capacity of Pratama Arhan.
We've got 3 minutes more. That will be good news to Indonesia. Here's Narubadin, who just skips past Ramai. Oh, that was almost as spectacular from Tirasin. It would have been special.
Yeah, looking for the goal that would have taken him outright top on the scoring charts in this competition. It would have been pretty special if he got in the right connection. Really good work from Narubadin. Nice acceleration away, drop of the shoulder, and then a change of pace. Kambuaya, for me, just fantastic to watch on the ball. He carries it so well. Skips past players, can keep a hold of it. And you know, he knows how to find the final pass.
Here come Thailand now. That helps to win the ball back for Indonesia. Got about a minute and a half left in this first half. Chanate. He's been relatively quiet in this game so far, which is a good indication of how well Indonesians are performing at the moment. He has certainly given them a real impetus, hasn't he, Pratama Arhan?
Yeah, he has. It just gives them better balance now on the left-hand side. We mentioned his defensive work, but also his contribution, I think, more in those attacking positions and his long throws with the set pieces. Obviously a key part of Indonesia's game.
Also, we've not seen much of Narubadin bombing forward as we have seen in previous matches.
Yeah, but I don't think they need him to. You know, remember we saw this from Thailand against Vietnam in the second leg, where the positioning was a lot more disciplined. You know, because they were hanging on to a lead. They don't need to open up, and they don't need to have their fullbacks getting forward, hugging the touchline, exposing themselves in those central positions.
And then leaving space in behind.
Yeah, so, you know, you have to understand the situation and see, okay, the positions are a bit more conservative, but the reason behind that is, you know, you've got this lead. So for all that we said about Indonesia here, it's still only 1-0. Thailand have got 3 goals.
Yeah, big
and
cushion
that cushion.
Still. Last few seconds of the first half. Here comes Narubadin. The referee calls time on a breathtaking first half of football here, in which Indonesia have been magnificent.
They've been great to watch, wonderful entertainment. Indonesia full of hunger and desire, playing with a fantastic intensity and tempo, scoring their early goal, which I think would have given their fans and themselves a lot of hope. Ideally, would have wanted a second going into this halftime break, but look, can regroup in the halftime break, catch their breath. Come out, hopefully rejuvenated for the second 45 to give us all the grand finale.
And who will lift that trophy? Will it be the Reds or the Blues? Right now, Indonesia in a huddle. Asnawi talking with them fervently. They will still have that belief. They're gladly take it. And the halftime score here at the National Stadium in the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 second leg final. It's Indonesia 1, Thailand 0.